original video of Jason's healing journey told the story of Jason's life and illness. Living and traveling across the globe, Jason was a connector of people and an advocate for social justice. This was all cut short and put on hold by a debilitating illness that took him to doctors and hospitals around the world. The first video was a plea for help, for encouragement, for generosity, and for prayer. You answered this call and moved Jason further along, and your generosity has helped to make his treatment possible. Thank you.
Since the last video, we've seen many improvements and also many setbacks. We've seen Jason not able to get out of bed, unable to walk or speak. We've seen him go month after month with painfully difficult IV treatments, and we've seen him in the hospital unconscious, with seizures, and unable to lift his head off the pillow. In fact, the last time Jason was hospitalized, his condition had become so dire that doctors suggested releasing him to a nursing home. But he came through it with the help of physical therapy, learning to walk on his own again and learning how to function. We've endured many of these debilitating events with anxiety and worry and heartbreak as we see our son and brother suffer. Family members have gladly pitched in to support, but Lyme disease has really disrupted all of our lives in so many ways. Jason's illness has become a family journey. But yet another part of this story is his dedication to continuing the fight and to the improvements that we see often month by month. Undoubtedly, he has a long and difficult road ahead, but Jason believes hope is tied to healing, so it's hope and courage that propel and guide us forward on his healing journey.
My name is Jason Maglaughlin, and I have neurological Lyme disease. I have suffered from Lyme and other tick-borne infections for over 4 years now. Over the past year and a half, I have been on intravenous medications to treat infection and handfuls of pills to control symptoms and side effects.
Lyme disease is fraught with politics and misinformation, mostly where it comes to diagnosis and treatment. In many ways, I am lucky because I tested positive for Lyme and continue to work with a team of medical professionals. Many Lyme patients never get this opportunity, with tragic consequences. I have spent years living and traveling abroad, across continents and cultures. While overseas, I came down with illnesses from malaria to Zika, but none of these compare to the full suffering of advanced Lyme disease, a disease I contracted while hiking in a U.S. national forest. Lyme disease and many others are transmitted by the bite of a tick. It is the fastest growing disease that comes from insects and is increasingly devastating patients and families in every state of the U.S. and across the world. The evidence-based discoveries and growing public awareness of Lyme disease are merging just as tick populations are reaching epic proportions.
Lyme disease devastated my body and mind. Many of these issues are clearing up as I continue treatment, but many of my abilities have changed. It is difficult for me to participate in conversations, and it is a challenge for me to type due to movement disorders. But as I get better every day, I still have a hope that I will again be a friend and a contributor. Because even in my toughest days, your support brought me through time and again. I encourage you to learn more about Lyme disease by visiting lymedisease.org.
This video will take you through a day of Jason's treatment and procedures. It is a long day, fast-forwarded over 16 hours, and a glimpse into Jason's complicated medical care. Over the course of these hours, Jason and his family will administer several intravenous medications, an injection,
a home nurse visit, and an endless number of pills. These treatments are very difficult to take, but they are saving his life and his abilities. Every day, we see more and more of the Jason we knew returning through his words and through his humor. Welcome to Jason's Day.
Bright and early. My favorite time of day. Okay, so I am going to prepare and take my morning infusions. There's 2 of them again this morning, not counting the one that I had. I can't call it morning because I went back to sleep. Go ahead and put my gloves on. And you get kind of good with the gloves after a while. I say that, and then we're gonna have a glove nightmare like this here. A glove nightmare. And then we will do the Cipro. Now that we're done with the first infusion, we can move on to the second in this series. So I'll go ahead, and this is clindamycin. A great taste with it too. Can you imagine getting in the change drawer in your car and just licking it? Tastes a lot like that. So now I've said that, let's go ahead and start it. I can now remove the clindamycin. Good riddance, honestly. I realized I forgot to show you the beauty, the most amazing thing in the world, which is that I have to give myself an injection. Luckily I kept my shorts on. I just go for it sometimes. I go like this, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't feel great. But you get used to it. Welcome back.
Good to see you.
Just yeah. Take my blood and tell me it's all okay.
Have you seen your results?
Oh wow, I'm way behind you.
No, you're alright. I'm ready.
You meant business. I was just sitting here talking along. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Laying out on my video.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
How would you explain a PICC line really quick?
But it is aligned to the heart, so that helps the absorption of the medication is a lot quicker. It's pumped faster through your body versus like a peripheral line. Mm-hmm. It's
But it requires a lot of maintenance.
It requires a lot of maintenance, right? Can
So
you give me an alcohol swab, please?
Yeah. Alcohol swab and stat.
Thank you.
Corner only toss. We'll do the tigecycline now, which is really difficult and makes you really nauseous. So with the tigecycline, I'm going to break the seal. 1, 2. Okay, and then again, just hang our back. And we're gonna go ahead and spike our bag like we've done before. Now I will take my PICC line out.
Okay, so we'll see you one last time at the end.
And behind the scenes, I take a handful of pills 6 times a day. And just to give you the scope, these are all active medications. This month, every one of them in every bottle. And the mountain of used IV supplies that keeps growing and growing.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your support. Without your generosity, I wouldn't have had the resources to do what you saw today. And it is what you saw today that makes me better. So thank you.
Your support and generosity has helped Jason access critical treatment as he slowly regains his strength and abilities. When we launched Jason's healing journey, we set a fundraising goal to help cover some of his most pressing medical needs.
Through your generosity, we have reached 80% of our goal. Please share this story and help us reach our goal by visiting GoFundMe.com/WeAreTogetherJason.